I'm scripting out every single word in this video just to ensure that I get every point across in exactly the way I want to. The irony lies in the fact that unlike the other 12 times or so in the past year I've tried to explain what the hell's going on with my content, this time around I really don't have a solid answer. Shut up, Discord. I never understood how you work anyway. Okay, let's step back a bit. If you only knew about me exclusively through this channel, nothing on Twitter, none of my other weird outlets, which we are going to be getting to in detail soon, just this channel or iTunes feed or however you're listening to this, you'd be under the impression that I effectively fell into a whole other plane of existence. In your eyes, maybe I've been in a diabetic coma, maybe I've spent the past 6 months in an existential depressive downward spiral, the likes of which I might never fully come out of, or maybe I'm just shit at marketing myself. Yeah, that's the funny thing. In reality, I've been more active and consistent on the video and general content front than I have in a, frankly, really long time on the Fully Involved channel. You know, Fully Involved, that music project I've acknowledged maybe twice on this channel to date. That one. See, at the time of that Best Albums 2017 video where I plugged my last full-length album, Learned Helplessness, I was actually already finishing the sessions for my next project, Insolence, an indulgent low-concept EP inspired mostly by my type 1 diabetes as well as our current healthcare system. And with that sexy-ass elevator pitch out of the way, it goes without saying that it's actually been getting some acclaim. Just enough to milk out a nice little 5-part series reacting to what my impartial friends in the YouTube space thought about it, which, as you'll see in some of those videos, I found legitimately very encouraging. On that same channel, you'll find all the music that's on my Bandcamp right now, a couple failed merch ideas, and most recently a track-by-track series where I show you a little compilation of the making-of footage from this EP in these tight little 2 to 5 minute packages. Again, not exactly getting the attention I want, but again, that's on me for not acknowledging it on a channel I've spent a good 4 years building up an audience for. Okay, so Insolence came out in April, and I've been milking out content at a rate that's probably gonna end in about a week. Now what? Well, I am currently working on another EP that should hopefully be out by the end of the year, but what about, you know, this? I know one thing for certain, I don't see myself going back to reviewing new records gauntlet style, at least not in like a main format. I've said it before, but I have gotten incredibly bored of the format over the years, at least from a creator's perspective. In fact, even as a listener, I've been spending a good amount of 2018 just detoxing from new releases altogether, and it's been incredibly rewarding just from a pure music listener perspective. Might delve more into that in the future, but you get the idea. That said, if you are looking for something akin to a what have you been listening to lately, Johnny has been absolutely killing it with his monthly listening log series on his Viral Rack channel. Highly recommended. And all of that said, I haven't necessarily killed off my podcasting career yet. In fact, I've had 2 solid episodes in the can for months, just stewing over when and, more importantly, how to release them. The first came from a college journalism assignment where I got to talk with people involved with the very influential Long Beach record store VIP Records. Even boiling it all down, I still got about 90 minutes of really fascinating interviews of stuff ranging from the nitty-gritty of old school hip-hop history to local landmark politics. It's really interesting stuff, and I figured I shouldn't let that go to waste. Now, the second one of these is where things get especially interesting, because it's essentially the pilot of a new series. See, back in May, inspired by the likes of incredible podcasts like Are You Talking R.E.M. Re-Me, formerly You Talking U2 to Me, Good Christian Fun, Punch Up the Jam, podcasts like that, I brought along my friend Steffi to talk about the first 2 Elton John albums. The idea being that if you guys like what we're doing, we turn it into a full-blown series where we go album by album through Elton's long and frequently insane discography. The first episode's all edited where we talk about Empty Sky and his self-titled album, and there's a reason that Empty Sky is an album you probably never heard about. We'll discuss it in much further detail in that. I think it's quite entertaining for our first episode, and I really hope you guys feel the same. So here's the plan. This coming Wednesday, August 8th, you're getting the VIP episode. Then the following Wednesday, August 15th, you're getting the first episode of Don't Shoot Us, We're Only the Podcasters. Maybe a working title, maybe we'll go with Honky Chat, I don't know. And it'll all be on the same feed and the same channel as Mad Sound, so you don't have to get too convoluted with all that. Anything past that, I make absolutely no promises. The reality is that I start my next semester in just a few weeks, and even though there may be a one-off here and there if I can make my journalism assignments bleed in with what this channel's about, I know for a fact that my classes are gonna take up a lot of my time. And that, combined with my music, this just kinda tends to fall by the wayside, and I've learned that the hard way a number of times over the past year or so. I've gotten myself caught up in bullshit weekly video promises on a number of occasions, and I think it's finally time to be honest with myself. But I hope you guys can stick with me either way. I'm at the very least going to keep things active on the fully involved front, and like I keep saying, I'm prouder of my music than I've ever been, and I can only see it going up from here. And it's just where I'm feeling the most driven as of late. If I can keep any podcast going alongside that with Johnny or Steffi or otherwise, that would be awesome. But again, no promises. And that's about it. Bye.